Howdy folks! Today we're going to be making some good summer sausage. We're going to show you the whole process today, from getting your meats ready to go to getting your seasonings put together and grinding and stuffing and baking, and we'll show you the final result of what it looks like, and so you can enjoy it throughout the year. We've got 16 pounds of pork, 8 pounds, so basically 24 pounds total. And you can see obviously which is the deer and which is the pork. Now we're gonna go fix our seasonings up, and then we'll come back here and put those on. So we start off with our salt, and we're going to use 12 ounces of salt, 3 ounces of regular pepper. We're going to have a half a cup of garlic powder, 2 ounces of the pink powder, or the sodium nitrate, the cure, 1/8 of a cup of cayenne pepper. We don't put the mustard seeds or the peppercorns in now because we don't want to run those through the grinder. And then after we get it ground, we'll add our peppercorns and our mustard seed. Meat that we had earlier, and we got our seasoning, and I just take it like this and kind of distribute it over it. All right, got it all mixed. Now we're ready to head to the grinder. This grinder was my grandfather's, the mid-1940s, so at any minute this grinder could conk out on us, but every year we say that and it keeps going, so hopefully this is not the year that it decides to hit retirement. But anyway, we're going to flip it on, and then we try to mix it as you go, a little venison, a little pork, so that it has a good mixture. You can see kind of how it comes out. The lighter color is the pork, the darker color is the venison. All right, got it all ground up. We're gonna head back over to our table that we mixed it on originally. In case there's any seasoning that we missed, we can pick it up now. Plus, as you can see by looking at the meat, you can clearly see the darks and the lights because of the deer and the venison and the pork. So we're gonna bring it back over here and mash it around pretty good so we can distribute that evenly. You don't want to have the dark and the light spots. You want it to be all looking pretty uniform. So you kind of just mix it around, mash it around, kind of like kneading bread a little bit, so that you can get the meat itself distributed and not have pockets of a lot of one or the other. We want to put 2 ounces of mustard seeds and a half a cup of peppercorns. Okay, we got our peppercorns and our mustard seed. And we're just going to kind of distribute those as equally as we can. You can eat the peppercorns if you like. I like to pick mine out, but the flavor will have already been put in the meat, so you get the full flavor of the peppercorn. And if you like to eat it, eat it. If you don't, pick it out like I do. And that looks like it's in pretty good shape. So we're gonna call that good. All right, while we were getting our meat ground and mixed, we have our summer sausage casings in a pan of water, just soaking to get them a little soft and pliable so that they will stuff here in a minute. So just doesn't have to be too long, 10 or 15 minutes is plenty of time just to get them soft and pliable. Just a little trick on this. You want someone else to put this in there, or at least I do, because I don't like to have a greasy handle when I'm stuffing meat. So I always have someone else do that part about putting the sausage in the stuffer. And you'll notice we have these 2 pieces. We don't need those right now. These come later when we make our regular sausage. But for the summer sausage, you need a bigger opening. So we just leave it open like this. Just crank it a little bit to get it right to the edge. Now that it's good and soft and pliable, put it over the end of the stuffer, and this is where you got to have a pretty good grip to hold that casing on there, because there'll be a lot of pressure as the casing fills. And you can see the little white specks coming out. That means that you've got it good and stuffed tight. You don't want to have it loose, so you want to get it as tight as possible. Then we'll take our string, just cut off a little bit, put it under here, and you can tie it however you want to. It's not critical that it be a certain knot. I just use a regular old knot that you tie it good and tight on the ends, and you can reuse this, restuff it as you need to. But there is our summer sausage. So we're gonna continue this process and get them all stuffed, and then we'll be ready to put them in the oven. Cook them on 225 for about 2 hours until the internal temperature gets to about 165 or so. And just so you know, so your wife doesn't get mad at you, there's probably going to be a lot of grease in the bottom of that oven. Put some foil down there maybe to catch it, or prepare your wife that she's going to have to clean the oven after you're done. Alright, we got our summer sausage that we got out of the oven. We let it cool, put it in the refrigerator, and now just going to take a knife and make a cut so you can see what the inside turns out looking like. You can see the pretty red color. You can see a few of the mustard seeds, a couple of the peppercorns, and I mentioned yesterday that we had to put that pink powder, the sodium nitrate, in there. I promise you, if you don't do that, this will be brown. It will be ugly and you won't want to eat it. So you need to put that in there so that it makes a pure red pretty color when you cut it. And then just slice it as you need to. We shrink wrap ours and stick them in the freezer, but at whole, and then when you thaw them out, then you can cut them, slice them. You can see some of the peppercorns going on a few of those pieces, and there you have it. Again, I picked these peppercorns out. I don't like to eat them, but if you like to eat them, go for it. May add a little extra flavor.